might wrest ever more land from her grasp. For which reason she has continued to wage war on her rival across the strait, hoping to claim less blackened pastures. But oh, for every blade of grass bent beneath Sambrequois boots. Little wonder then that Sylvester set her sights on the crystalline Dominion, an altogether easier target, possessed of no less ether. It was 5 years ago, while you were busying yourself with the destruction of Drake's head, that the Empire made its move, subjugating its theretofore neutral neighbor. A nation which could legitimately claim to be the center of the world. Certainly, there is no better place to stage an army. From there, the Holy Empire's reach spans the Twins. The non-aggression treaty was the only thing keeping them in check. But if they truly broke the pact without provocation, it is only a matter of time before others reply in kind. The Holy Empire, the Dhalmekian Republic, the Kingdom of Waloed, and of course, our friends in Yaran. Who will be left standing, I wonder, when the last drop of blood is spilled?
You were born in Twinside. Do you not fear for your home?
Oh, dark clouds are wont to gather over the... Yet in spite of it all, she has ever endured. Now, as to the matter of payment for today's lesson...
I suppose it wouldn't hurt to visit our resident historian.
Here for another of my lectures. How may I help you today? I have the details here. Here you are. The state of the realm is ever-changing, Clive.
Does that one have blood on it?
Well, don't just stand there gawping. Coin purse weighing you down. And be thankful you got that much. Come again. Or don't. I'm not much bothered
Once the
either
hall's
way.
swept, it's over to the Tavern Crown for me.
Back, are you? So, will it be? No scratches, all right? That it? Fine.
Is it business or pleasure? And be thankful you got that much. You got out else? I reckon I can find a buyer. Finished, are you?
Have we any more?
Norseman Harpocrates.
Now that is a name I have not heard for a long time. So long, in fact, I had half forgotten it was mine. Welcome home, Clive. You were missed, as always.
I believe this belongs to you. Vivian asked me to return it.
Already? Our resident scholar devoured. Would that I could do the same. But alas, I no longer possess that. That said, I have continued, but without access to the great library.
Please, don't apologize.
I fear it is not more books that I... Mayhap we look in the wrong...
I'll see what I can...
You are too kind. There are not many in this...
Not too tired to go filching Cooper. Always got a pocket for him.
Hush now. We all know there's no such thing as Moogle.
The twins seem well.
Aye. The loss of their parents weighs heavy on the Titan took much from us that night, and the wounds that remain.
Which is why we must give them all the time they need.
That we must. Just as I must give...
Good day. Gav will be back soon. I should get some rest while I can.
Not back a blink and you're already off solving everyone's problems. It looks good, Clive. Goes well with the scowl.
I'd had that brand for so long. I'd forgotten what it was like.
The scalpel did most of the work. Ah, before I forget, a rider was here with a letter from Gav.
Not a Stolas.
And then you get some rest.
What could Gav have thought worthy of a letter?
Otto was here earlier with a letter from Gav. He left it on your desk. What does Gav have to say?
The Republican army is on the march, leaving Randalar in Hugo Kuka's charge. With him and his men occupied with the defense of the capital, they're less likely to trouble us.
Good news, then.
It's more than that. This is our chance. The one we've been waiting for.
But look how far we've come. All that we have here, our friends, the hideaway, are they not cause for joy?
5 years. 5 long years. If I could only command this power I've been granted, we might have achieved so much more. But each time I reach for it, it's like something is holding me back.
Summoning an icon exacts a price not easily paid. Your body knows this only too well. It's merely trying to save you from yourself.
And every burden I cannot bear falls to you.
This mission of ours has made me question everything I thought I knew. But one thing has become abundantly clear. The crystals take more than they give. In exchange for momentary comfort, we must endure a lifetime of pain, war after war, loss upon loss. And now they rob us of our very homes, leaving naught but dust and ash. But you're trying to change that. We're trying to change that. And to me, that's no burden.
I know, but...
Try not to forget. We're only here because Joshua gave us a second chance. It would be a pity to waste such a precious gift.
He did. He was there. It wasn't an illusion. I heard him call out to Ultima. If Joshua is still alive, he'll be looking for that thing.
Do you think he will ever come back?
I know he will. And we must be ready when he does. To a world without mother crystals. To Cid.
And so the North is lost.
I knew that the Blight spread ever more swiftly, Your Grace. But this is far, far worse than any could have imagined.
It is only a matter of time before the twins are no more. The world marches ever closer to its end, and here we chase shadows. Tell me, brother, are our efforts in vain?
Master Clive, a moment, if you... my apologies, I didn't mean to... intrude.
Not at all. We were just discussing strategy.
Speak freely, Otto.
It's Martha, from the inn. She's gone missing. Anyway, I'll be in the mess when you've finished.
Very well. What would make Martha leave the rest? What do we know, Otto?
But somewhere in the middle of it all, Martha vanished without a word to anyone.
You think this was planned?
Of course it bloody was. Ever since he came in there, traitors to the... And now it sounds like the bastards have turned their attentions to the pallbearers. Naturally, old Martha could see the way the wind was blowing. Complained that it was...
And now she's fallen into the hands of the Empire.
A couple of curse breakers are already on their way to the inn. They should speed up the search. But if this is as bad as I think it is...
Don't worry, Otto.
Ah, my favorite pupil. How may I help you today? I have the details here. Here you are. The state of the realm is ever-changing, Clive.
Welcome back, Sid.
Damn is...
Of course I will. Easier than felling a forest, I said. But trees don't have teeth. I can't imagine Obelisk needing any more than this. Time to head home.
Well?
What happened here?
Come on. We need to find the others.
We're best off staying where we are for now, I reckon. The boys from the
Let's get you to a physical, shall we?
Sid? What said you'd be coming?
I trust you don't mind. Also thought you might need some help. And it appears he was right.
You, could say that, yes. They're saying the Imperials ascended like a storm. No one was spared their fury. Martha tried to step in and calm things down, but... all I reckon...
Any idea where?
Judging by their tracks, they headed towards Sorrowwise.
To the Abbey, sheltering Martha's bearers.
A bust. Jill and I will go after them.
We will. But, before you go, one of the locals heard something. He said the soldiers were talking about a culling. I don't know how big this is, but it doesn't sound good.
You do the same.
Cole is right. That was no tavern brawl. It was a message.
But a culling. Bearers are the property of the Empire. The garrison wouldn't have the authority to act alone. The orders would have had to have come from higher up.
Get those horses to touch it.
Attack! Ogle, kill!
Look. Up ahead. Martha. Are you...
Don't worry about me. It's them at the Abbey who...
Tell us what...
What happened? The damn black...
The Black Sheep?
The bastards caught wind. The abbot and I were helping bearers. Poor souls turned on the imp...
Then, Martha, do you think you can make it back to the inn?
I think so.
Black Shields. Is this some sort of twisted joke? There has only ever been one Order of Shields in Rosaria, and they fought to defend all her citizens.
Seems a step too fast, even for the Empire. Are we too late?
There might still be someone inside.
No.
Damn it.
I thought you lot were all spent.
Murderers. They drove the bearers to this.
Wait. These two aren't turned.
That bitch of an innkeeper must have sent them. Colluding with the enemies of the Empire is a serious offence.
And for their crimes shall they be punished. Such is the law. To dwell in darkness that we may purge the night and welcome lasting dawn. On these our swords we swear.
How dare you speak those words? Have you no honor?
Clive.
This won't take long. Is that all of them?
I think so. I didn't see the abbot. He may still be alive.
Found her.
The abbot.
The bearers died protecting him. Calling upon what little magic they had left in their bodies.
Clive. He's breathing.
We're friends of Martha. We're here to help.
Are the Imperials dead?
They are. Every last one.
If only that were true. The Black Shields will return. The Cullings will continue. Rosaria will never be saved unless we save her. Tell Martha to beg Cid's aid and tell her this wasn't her fault.
I shall.
Cid! Where are you? Cid!
In here! We found a survivor!
Clive. He's gone.
We've laid the abbot to rest, but the bearers, they didn't need to die like this.
No, they didn't. But it was their choice. They knew the fate that awaited them and chose to meet it on their terms, fighting for those who fought for them.
Martha said they rose from their beds, threw themselves at the Imperials so she and the abbot could escape.
I've gathered the bearers' remains. We should consign them to the tide.
There's a drawbridge not far from here. Riddick's jump. The currents there are swift. If the abbot was still with us, he'd have taken the dust there himself and performed the casting. I'll get someone to...
I'll do it.
Of course. Cole and I will remain here and see to the Imperials.
Spotted us, Torgal? What am I saying? Of course it has. It's a floating eyeball. Didn't see that coming. That must be the bridge. So shall the waters cleanse thee of thy burden, and bear it out to sea.
And now they are truly free.
I hope so. What of the...
A pyre was made. It's more than they deserve. Cole is worried about more.
All right.
No one survived then?
I'm sorry. Before he passed, one of them bade me tell you not to blame yourself.
Doesn't mean I won't. Doesn't mean their blood's not on my hands. Cole said you cast their remains. That was good of you. But it should have been me. This was all my fault.
How? You couldn't have known.
But I did. And I turned a deaf ear to the warnings like the fool I am. The rumours started moons ago. Of black-clad devils descending on villages in the dead of night to slit the throats of sleeping bearers. But I assumed it was all just nonsense concocted by the Empire. Nothing but a ghost story meant to make folk think twice about lending a hand to a fugitive bearer.
And in ordinary times you would have been right. What these Black Shields are doing is unthinkable. Which begs the question, why do it at all? My mother obviously has a hand in this. I cannot make sense of her actions.
And picking what goes on in that woman's head is a job for someone with more time on their hands. Right now, I need swords and men to wield them, preferably big ones. If those Imperials think they can come in here again and threaten my people, they're in for a rude awakening. Oh, before I forget, a Stolas from Otto landed just before you arrived. He asked me to tell you that Gav has returned.
Then we must as well. Will you be all right here, Martha?
We can stay longer if you wish.
No need. I'll be ready should the Imperials come calling. Though I wouldn't turn my nose up if you were to lend me a pair of them strapping young curse breakers.
Best off staying where we are for now, I reckon.
Try not to move. You'll only make it worse.
Oi!
Whiteheart. That's quite a name for a chocobo. A white feather. I thought Ambrosia was one of a kind. Speaking of brave birds. Looks like they went that way. These chocobos aren't going down without a fight.
We got you cornered, Feathers. You didn't think you'd seen the last of us, did you? You've been bad for business.
Not around here.
Oh.
Because she's something of a hero in these parts. You hurt her, and I hurt you.
It's
All right, then. You're safe now. White Hart, I presume. Do you know her, boy? That scar. It couldn't be. Ambrosia. It is you. You survived. And you found yourself a flock.
Oi! Is it over? I thought I'd come and see how you were getting on. Oh, you sorted the bastards then. And the whole flock made...
Thankfully, they did.
Well, I'll be. I never stopped to think our hero here might once have been someone's... Though I dare say she'd suit a fine fellow like you. Reckon our feathered friend must have learned a thing or two from her master. Bird like her would have cost a princely sum. You
Well...
Oh, no, sorry. I didn't mean to pry.
What is it, girl?
She wants her master back, I reckon. Told you. And it seems her...
Is that it? You want to come with me?
Well, bugger me if this ain't a heartwarming sight. Oh! Doesn't she cut an handsome figure, eh?
She does indeed. How much do I owe you?
Ah, a few scraps of leather's the very least I owe old Whiteheart. Oh, I'll be sad to see her go, of course. But she's earned her right, don't you worry. Will you hear that, Whiteheart? You've earned yourself... You seem awful, that's it. When those chocobos swarmed my car on the road, didn't you?
Must have been my double.
Oh, must have been, eh? Oh, anyhow, best...
You take care of your flock for now. I'll call you when I need you. Good girl.
Fly, Ambrosia.
You deserve a rest.
This one.
Let's go.
Faster.
Where's Gav?
Clive! Oh, I've missed that scowl.
Where's my report?
What, no kind words for your old pal Gav?
If it's kind words you're after, you're fishing in the wrong barrel. Now sit down, you fool.
So,
You remember how quick the Empire was to occupy the Dominion after the fall of Drake's head? And how pissed off all the other nations were that they didn't think to do it first?
Half a century of independence gone at the whim of a madman. So much for their bloody treaty.
Clearly, the promise of unblighted land and the world's supply of crystals was too much for his radiance to resist. And now the Republic's finally decided to follow suit, using liberation as an excuse to declare war on Sambrek. Lined up right outside the Dominion's gates as we speak, looking to starve the Imperials into submission.
And now all eyes are on the Strait of Author.
While the two nations beat their shields, the rest sharpen their daggers, ready to set upon the war-weary victor. They'll never see us coming. It's time we moved on the Mother Crystals. Four Mother Crystals remain in Storm and Ash. Drake's Breath near Ironhome. Drake's Fang in Dhalmekia. Drake's Spine in Waloed. And Drake's Tail here in the Crystalline Dominion.
With the bulk of the Republican army marching to Twinside, Drake's Fang will be left exposed.
That is exactly the move Kupka would anticipate. And if there is anything these past 5 years have taught us, is that he loves his traps. There is one place, however, where nobody will be expecting us to go.
Drake's Breath.
There's a shitload of sea between us and it, and I've never been much of a swimmer.
I have an acquaintance in Port Isolde who may be able to help.
Who's that then?
My uncle, Byron Rosfield.
Lord Byron Rosfield of the Seven High Houses, the trade magnate with holdings in over 100 cities. Wait, Rosfield. And you're a Rosfield, of course.
My uncle's name gave him his start in the world, but it was his acumen which earned him his fortune. Along with a handsome fleet of ships.
Well, it's settled then. What are we waiting for, eh? Huh?
What are we waiting for, indeed?
You think it's all right to touch him?
Long now, Martel. See,
be nice being...
I hear there's trouble in that room's as ragged as goats.
Martel.
Others weren't so lucky, though.
That was the last of the apples. I should head to the backyard and pass along everyone's regards.
I'm planning a journey. How are you doing? Don't be a stranger, eh? Clive! Here you go. Seen enough?
Oh, Clark.
The patron does...
Oh, no, I still... Is everything we've received and everything promised? Here you are. All yours. All in good time, eh? Come again. I may have more for you.
What's the matter, Nick? The hunt book. It's where the just because they can't... Right. The people of Valisthea, the last thing they need, and perhaps I can.
Them old apples were enough.
How much water can a flower drink?
About as much as a proper humble.
Do you think it was wise to leave, Gav? He didn't seem pleased.
I needed his eyes and nose in Dhalmekia. I'm not about to let Kupka take us unawares. Besides, he has a knack for that sort of thing.
That he does.
Such as these are best left to dominance, especially should one of his beloved opportunities to grow and change present itself.
I always knew that I would return one day. Return to Ironhome.
For what?
After learning the truth, you were given the chance to face your past. If I am to continue at your side, I must do the same.
We will face it together then.
To the end.
Come on.
How far do you think your mother's reach extends? Will... we find the same tragedy in the south as we did at Martha's Rest?
More than likely. Which is why we should hurry. There are still many settlements between here and Port Isolde. We visit as many as we can and hear their stories. Starting with the village of Amber. This good girl. Thanks, girl. Get him! This one. Almost kill. Let's go. Fly, Ambrosia. Go! Come on. Run like the wind. Safe. This one. Over here. This one. Good girl. Yeah. Thanks, girl. This one. Come on. Faster.
Mockery of justice is what it is. Lord Elwyn would never have stood for this.
Quiet, you! I think we're loyalists.
Jill, look.
Rosaria must be cleansed of the stain which befouls her, that she might rise once again from the ashes to welcome a new dawn. 'Twould be a pity to make examples of you all for the transgressions of but a handful.
Of course, your lordship. You shall have our full cooperation.
What business could the Black Shields have in a village this small? There's barely room to hide a bearer.
You fancy dancing a gallows jig like the miller's son?
Welcome, stranger. I suppose we won't be seeing you again.
Excuse me.
You haven't heard? Someone's been stirring up trouble. There've been attacks on the Garrett. The Empire wants answers and what...
Don't they, Chuck?
Keep your ears open, eh? The Black Shields will pay good... You'd have to be dull as a sack of stones to think you could take on the Empire. What with their 100 full legions?
100? I heard it were 1,000.
We're going hunting for outlaws. How'd you like that, boy?
seen him?
I'm sorry.
The Black Shield. At least I think there was a Black Shield.
Was this the first time they visited?
What do you think? Amber's the... If only we were. I might have turned him in because...
You don't think these firebrands the Empire is looking for could be us, do you?
I don't know.
How'd you get it?
But we need to find out. Greetings, friend.
I know that.
We couldn't help noticing.
Don't you go telling these... I speak for the people of this village. You are to leave Amber.
May I at least...
I don't know who you are or what brings you here, but the Empire is a harsh master. Its demands are great, and it's just as some might call it submission. But if it was this village, well...
Then we shall be on our way. These people live with a knife to their throats. In the mistaken belief that if they cooperate, my mother...
Obedience, but...
Are you all right?
We still don't know who the Black...
Well, whoever they... But other than Martha, who else in Rosaria would have the courage to... A new ally would certainly be welcome. Perhaps the next village will yield... Let's go. This pass will take us through the mountains.
And directly into the path of whoever or whatever lurks here.
Company.
Ever since the Apothecary, we've seen more and more of these echoes.
What do you think is waking them? The Mother Crystal's collapse?
I have an idea. You're not going to like it.
Faster!
More of my mother's men.
Over here! Get him!
Good girl.
Fly, Ambrosia.
Thanks, girl.
All yours, Corporal. Over here!
Come on.
Faster!
like the wind. This might take a while.
Blood, Clive.
And still wet.
You were told to stay in your homes.
The Black Shields.
You know who we are. And still, you would bear your steel. Why then, we owe you our thanks. You have saved us the trouble of an interrogation. To dwell in darkness, that we may purge the night and welcome lasting dawn. On these, our swords we swear.
Say that again. I'll show you a true shield of Rosaria. Tell me what I want, and the end will be. Who are you looking for?
What your friends have been found. They await you in Old Hill.
Those are Old Hill's gates.
Then we hurry. Find something, boy. Death.
Found her.
This was my mother's doing.
But why? Why would anyone...
I don't know. I never truly understood her. But this...
Oh, Clive.
I will learn what madness drives her, and I will end it. We should go.
Yes.
We can't leave them here like this.
We won't. But if the Black Shields have made it this far south, they may already be in Port Isolde.
We're approaching Newick Bridge. Though I doubt the Empire would let us cross over to Rosalith.
Fly, Ambrosia.
No need to ride from here.
Didn't happen to come by way of Oldville, did you? Saw some Imperials clad in black making for the docks just the other day.
They tell us there's a curfew and they refuse us home, Master Sam.
They're all Rosarian.
But this is their home.
I'm hungry.
Ready, go? Faster!
Come on.
Be safe.
All yours, Torvald. Over here. Farewell.
Ready, go?
The Lazarus. What happened to this place?
My mother happened. The nobles who lived here didn't stand a chance. Let's hope my uncle fared better.
Get him!
That's the main gate. And it looks like we're not the only ones hoping to get in.
Let us pass! My children are starving!
Have mercy!
Viceland's dogs they are! You can't ignore us forever!
Let us in, or we'll die on your doorstep!
Better out there than in here!
No, enough for
Fuck off!
Find the chinless bastards! Those crystals belong to us all!
I said, where were you, filth?
Back to your style!
We'll cut you down where you stand!
Destroy it!
No chance of slipping through unnoticed. We'll need to find another way in. I thought we might be able to reason with the guards. Or at least bribe them.
I suspect everyone in that crowd thought the same. Was that the only way in?
Officially, yes. Strictly speaking, no. My uncle once told me that the nobles had tunnels built, so that they could visit town without having to walk amongst the rabble. The Lazarus. We'll find our way into the city there.
If you're sure. The entire place looked abandoned. Do you think it's safe?
As long as it is abandoned.
The good news is we haven't seen a single black shield since Old Hill.
Maybe they found who they were looking for. This is nothing like I remember it.
How quickly a crown can lose its luster.
Not abandoned, then.
Oi! Visitors!
Apologies. We'll show ourselves out.
Waken, Gwyn!
I've only ever seen one man fight like that. And he's long dead.
Then perhaps it's time you joined him.
The blessing of the Phoenix. It can't be. I was there when you died. Huh? Forgive me, my lord. I knew not whom I addressed. You have naught to fear from us. Founder, it really is you.
It is. Sir Wade.
We can speak inside.
And those who wouldn't bend the knee?
We left before the Empire could make examples of us, though we didn't go far. And we banded together to form the Guardians of the Flame soon after. Alas, there is only so much a handful of aging shields can do against the might of an empire. But we've seen to it that their stay has been anything but pleasant. Of late, though, we've had our hands full just trying to keep the Duchy's few remaining bearers out of the Imperial's clutches.
The Cullings. We saw what happened in Old Hill.
Aye, the foul work of the Black Shields and their mistress.
You mean my mother? But it doesn't make sense. Even knowing what I know about her. Her hatred for bearers was no secret, but she wouldn't have been ignorant of their value to the realm.
No offense, my lord, but in case you haven't noticed, the Lady Annabella couldn't care less about the realm. She barely even cares for her own home. That much has been plain since the slaughter at Eastpool. And, since granting the Holy Emperor a new heir, her obsession with bearers only seems to have grown. As to why, I don't know. Maybe she can't bear the thought of anyone having the power to challenge her beloved son.
Her son.
Sir Wade, the Black Shields have broken camp. They march in full force for Buick Bridge. Then so do we. Make ready. This is their main host. If we remove the head, perhaps we can prevent what happened at the docks from happening somewhere else. If I do nothing, then the blood of their next victims will be on my hands.
Yours and ours. We too have witnessed the crimes these men who dare call themselves Shields have committed in my mother's name. It cannot be allowed to continue. We must put a stop to this madness.
We must. So let us go with you. For the good of Rosaria.
I was hoping you'd say that. Very well. If that is your wish, I would be honored to serve at your side.
And we at yours.
So, Wade, let us do our duty.
With pleasure, my lord.
I imagine this endeavor will require more than just our wits.
Then let's hope Sir Wade has a good quartermaster.
You're telling me that's the Archduke's son?
You are welcome to what little we have managed to salvage. Will that be all? As you wish, my lord.
Tell us then, Sir Wade.
Nothing fancy. You, Lady Jill and I make for sensing an opportunity to end the Guardians. The Black Shields will call for reinforcements, who will be met from the rear by... This will allow us to wage battle on the bridge without fear of being... While the Black Shields have an advantage in numbers, you see, they prefer to fight in small...
How small exactly?
Small enough. Now that I have you and Lady Jill for company.
But until we arrived, that was your plan.
Sir Wade, the bearers from Old Hill have been laid to rest.
Very good.
As you command.
Thank you, Sir Wade.
There is but one thing which will putting an end to the Black...
And so we shall...
Blessing of the Phoenix go with you.
How long have you been pursuing the Black Shields?
Since they burned their first village. We tracked down the bastards responsible and fed their corpses to Stillwind. Suffice to say, that got their attention. It's been a game of cat and mouse ever since. There they are. On your command, my lord.
What is it now? I told you!
We bear a message for the Vicereine. From the Guardians of the Flame.
Ha! You presume to tell us that a pair of filthy vagabonds, a woman and a dog, could guard aught against the might of the Black Shields? Then come! Die along with your flame! For Azaria!
For Azaria!
Your petty revolution ends here. On these our swords we swear.
Bloody hell! Reinforcements from the far bank!
Another wyvern to fight their battles for them.
Over here!
Get him!
More dragons.
Worms. The Imperials aren't taking any chances. I can't say I'm flattered.
All yours, Torgal!
It's over. A noble stand, albeit a misguided one. In taking it, you have but proven our point. That this land is in dire need of cleansing.
finish him.
I don't see any more.
It did.
We sent every last one of the rotten bastards straight to...
Perhaps this will be enough to stop the Cullings.
Perhaps. She'll move swiftly to see her minions wrecked.
And then it will all... I often wonder if the nation we once knew is gone for good. Her fields rot. We battled to preserve the flame that was, but for every foe... Yet be that as it may. For as long as the Firebird's flame burns in our hearts, the Duchy cannot die. And her loyal subjects may dream of a day when the Rosarian standard flies over Rosalith once...
So wait,
Think we should fall back to Port Isolde before the garrison sends a sound strategy, Mike?
And how long has my uncle been funding you and your comrades?
Since the beginning. And had I known of this tunnel back then, I wouldn't...
I suppose a formal request for...
And appearances. Were the Vice-Regency to catch wind of Lord Byron's involvement in... where he would be of no use, and so, though it sickens him to the soul, he plays the part of the Lord. It is why he remains ever vigilant.
Then I will have to think of a way to prove that I am neither...
I might have something which could help. It's the Mark of the Guardians. Display it, and those who love Rosaria will know where your loyalties lie.
I shall wear it with pride.
Be sure that you do. I don't want my men attacked. If only Sir Tyler could have been here to see you.
Thank you, Sir Wade. If there is ever anything...
I know.
How accommodating. Do you really think they believe we are who we say we are?
Not a chance. All right, I guess. My uncle believes we're imposters here to rob him. And means to string us up himself.
Imagine my surprise when I was told my nephew had come to visit. Clive Rosfield died long ago. And for uttering his name here, you shall pay with your tongue! You would mock me as well?
It is I, Sir Crandall of Camelot. loyal servant to her serene holiness, Saint Sybil the Unshod. Meadow, thou vile sorcerer, for thy crimes against church and crown, I shall have thy head.
Curse thee, infectious flax wench. Even in death, must thou plague me still? Very well. I shall open the gates of hell, that thou might see thy charge once more.
Bravo, Uncle. You're still the finest Meadow in the twins.
Oh, Clive, my dear boy, it's really you. You always were fond of that scene from The Saint and the Sanctuary. Never did let me play Sir Crandall.
I have a favor to ask, Uncle Byron.
Rutherford, inform the kitchens. There'll be guests. We dine immediately.
But, Uncle...
You can't very well regale me with the tale of your miraculous preservation on an empty stomach. Go on, sit. See that you use the good plates, Rutherford. So you arrived late to one of her cullings, did you? Since becoming Vicereine, Annabella has been a constant thorn in Rosaria's side, but these atrocities are a new low. Something has changed. Quite what, I don't know, but the woman we knew is gone, and a monster sits in her place.
A monster?
For better or worse, I've been charged with governing this town, and thus must maintain the illusion of obedience. That's all I can do to aid Wade and his merry band of revolutionaries.
So he's told us. You have risked much for Rosaria. Our nation will be forever in your debt.
It has been 20 years, Clive. The nation your father and your forefathers fought to defend is no more. Perhaps it would be otherwise had I the courage of my brother. All right, if it's a ship you require, a ship you shall have. I've a galley in port, but recently relieved of her cargo. She can be outfitted for the voyage in a matter of weeks.
So you believe us, then? About everything?
Believe you? Ha! Only a fool would believe even half of the things you claim. But until tonight, only a fool would have believed my nephew still lived. And besides, I have it on good authority that Clive is telling the truth.
Whose authority?
Your own, of course. You've always been a terrible liar.
Is that true?
It's not untrue.
Let's say no more about it, eh? It wouldn't do to linger on my nephew's greatest failing. The one thing I cannot believe, though, is all this about you being Cid. You were always such a good boy, but now you're quite the outlaw. Which, if I'm not mistaken, would make me an outlaw's uncle. Right then, who shall we pillage first? Rutherford, fetch me my cutlass. This will be fun.
Over there. Go on.
She's a fine ship, isn't she?
Once outfitted, she'll bear us across the boiling sea to Drustinus in the space of 3 days.
Something on your mind?
Monsters. When I served the Iron Kingdom, I did so because I saw no other choice. Because once they learned that the lash would not move me, they turned it on those who could. And so I became their puppet. I let them pull my strings, telling myself it was not my hand that swung the sword, but another's. I removed myself from the truth so I wouldn't feel the pain it caused. And before I knew it, I no longer felt anything. Anything at all. I had become a monster.
Jill.
I don't want to be a monster, Clive. Do you understand? I want to choose a different path, a better path. To live on my own terms. But before I can do that, I need to come to terms with my past.
And when you do, I'll be standing there with you, just as you stood with me.
Thank you, Clive. I must atone for my sins. Only then, when it's done, will the monster cease to be.
Just promise me that you won't die with it. Now, let's get some sleep. The journey back to Benamir is long, and there is much to tell the others.
Only the Founder knows what awaits us in the Iron Kingdom. But Vivian could probably make an educated guess.
Typical nobles.
How did we never hear
There are new
about these
billets
Guardians
being
of the
posted
Flame?
every day.
Fine.
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. Is everything we've received and everything promised? You earned this. All done?
Could have sworn we had a few.
Something's...
That monster's taken quite a liking to Lady Karen.
Thank you for sticking with us.
Well, those of us who are still here.
Stay sharp. We don't know when
the Empire
bastards
to
will be
Martha's
back.
love, I'd be daft to stay.
Don't you go causing any trouble now.
faster!
Scorpions. At least I know what I'm up against.
Get him!
I better get this back to Yvonne before it goes bad. Or anyone. I did.